Hi, I'm Amy Grisak with North 40 Outfitters, and today we're going to talk about how to plant your garden in a container. Now the nice thing is you can plant anything you want in a container, from corn to potatoes. As long as you have something that's big enough, you can grow it. Now the key consideration when you're picking out your container is to find something of an adequate size. Now for tomatoes, you want something that's at least the size of a 5-gallon bucket, if not bigger. And the other thing that you always have to think about is to make sure that your container has adequate drainage. Always find something that has holes in the bottom, and if it doesn't, if it's something you really like, just drill the holes in the bottom and it'll work out just fine. You never want to add gravel, even though that's something our grandmothers did, and it's an old-time way to supposedly improve drainage. It just creates this shorter root, it doesn't give the roots as much place to grow, and plus it just sits there and tends to rot the roots out from the bottom. So when you have your plants in your container, and you can choose anything you like. That's the beauty of them. You can choose something that's very utilitarian and just, kind of plain looking, to something that's really nice and decorative. And there's some really cool looking pots. And when you choose your container, you also want to be sure that you're using a good new. You want to use a fresh potting soil, a sterile potting soil mix, because you don't want to introduce different types of fungi or fungus or different diseases, because that can happen if you're using garden soil. When you're dealing with a container situation, you never know what's going to happen. So find your pot, fill it with a really good quality soil, and then just plant, your tomato, your pepper, anything that you're going to put in, just like you would when you're planting directly in the garden. Always make sure that you keep it well watered, and always make sure that you keep it fed. Now if you can use a time release fertilizer that will be good for 2 to 3 months, or you can use something that every 7 to 10 days you'll want to water with a water soluble fertilizer, because it tends to run out. So feed it every 7 to 10 days and your plants are going to be absolutely happy, they're going to thrive, and they're super easy to take care of. So if you need a garden on the patio or any little spot, look to a container, because you can grow anything you want. If you have any more questions about gardening, be sure to stop by any of the North 40 Outfitters locations or visit north40.com.